Hi everybody, this is Lockett's Campfire Adventures. So, sorry it's been a few days since my last post, which there's a reason why. But so I did move a couple days ago to a different spot, which pretty nice. Which I've already camped here before, but of course I'm kind of staying around, generally in the same area for a little bit. So, but anyway. But someone camped over here, which last time I was here, all this fencing was not here. It was being worked on. So now, it's got it all the way down, all the way over there, and all the way there. Because of that ledge right there, it just kind of drops off, and it's like a good, close to about 60 feet of a drop, and 60 feet is quite a bit, so 60 feet of a straight drop down, and then it goes out to the bank. So that's why they put up this, is technically it won't totally stop anybody from going through the fence, but it's just kind of like they're trying to say, well, please don't go to the ledge and risk falling over, kids and all that kind of stuff. So they're hoping that people actually respect that, hence for this fence. Does not mean it is totally keeping out. It's kind of like, at least, hopefully keep the honest people out. So, but I'm camped here. Now, last time I was here, I'll show you, which around here every year, certain time of year, they slowly start letting out the water. So, see that, see that tan colored thing right there where I just pointed every time I point on the camera it keeps wanting to do a blur, and I don't know why. So, anyway, out there, straight out there where that tan colored post is sticking up middle, well, it looks like a post from y'all's angle probably. But it's actually an old feed mill. So the last time I was here, I mentioned something about it, and I was telling you about it, how the town moved twice, a long time ago, first in the 1800s and once in the 1900s. Well, the thing is, every year here, this is like a dam. Okay, so there's a dam over there. This is a big reservoir. So this reservoir is hooked to the Snake River. So every year they slowly start letting out the water. At a certain time of year, they slowly start letting out the water in the reservoir part. Because in the wintertime, they want it just down to the normal river, where the water ain't as deep, just down to the normal river when it does freeze over. And then when next year hits, at a certain time of next year, then they slowly start letting back in the water, to make it rise back up. So all of this focus. All of that bank you see down there, which is sand, when I originally got here at very first, it was about 30 feet of bank showing. Now y'all can't see it fully because of the angle I'm at, but the rest of it y'all can't see because of the ledge straight down. But from the time where the water was originally was closer to up here, and it was about 30 feet of like a beach area, a spot where you can go laid out, drop a line in the water, go fishing, or go swimming. Well, see, they've let out already so much water that there's literally, it went from 30 feet of bank showing to now 400 feet of the bank showing. So that's a big difference, water let. And on the other side, where that old feed mill is, there's a lot of green grass over there. I don't know if y'all can kind of see that. Going all the way over there. So y'all can't see very well, but so let me see if I can. Okay, so if y'all can see a little bit better, y'all can see that there's like green grass over there, and oh, sorry, Okay, I apologize for that. Don't mean to mess with y'all there on that. So all that green grass over there was not actually there. That was under the water. But that line of trees that is way back there behind it was originally where the water was. When I very first camped here, that's where the water was. Well, from the line of trees all the way out to the edge of the water now, that is about another 400 yards on both sides of where the water basically was, and now it's not. So, big difference. And also that feed mill that's out there was originally, the water was like halfway up that feed mill. So, that, you know, now it's fully out of water. So, big difference, really. And, you know, it is really a big difference of that thing completely out of water, and it's on dry land over there. You can even walk out over there if you're on the other side, which some vehicles even drove out there the other day. So, kind of like, wow. And so eventually they'll keep letting out this water until it's just a small river in the middle, and it won't be as deep, which they will be raising up. There's over there where you see people, there's a boat dock down there, plus there's a boat ramp, and they said that they will let out, there will be a lot of water let out through the winter time, that eventually the docks will pull up on the land, and the boat ramp will be completely out of water, and they'll put a sign up and some things across there letting you know no longer letting in your boat in this part of the river, because this reservoir letting out so much water, because this reservoir is hooked to the Snake River. So yeah, now other parts of Snake River will be even fuller than this part. This part just gets shallower, because the only reason this reservoir is like this, built into the river, is because a long time ago, back in the 1800s, it was just the Snake River. Well, then back in, I can't remember the exact date, 18 something, it was Snake River going through, and that dam was not there, but the town where that feed mill is, there's still sidewalks and still bricks out there at the bases where houses and buildings were, and even sidewalks still over there. And you cannot see it when the water is full, completely full. You can't see it. But right now, the only reason you can see all that is because of water's being drained out of here and being let back more in the river for farmers. So it allows you to see it for at least the winter time, and then you no longer see it for the summer. So the thing is, back in the 1800s, the town was all out here, like completely all out here. And then over there where that feed mill is. So the town was originally here. But the river always rose a lot and kept flooding the town. So then they said, okay, we need to move the town. So they literally moved buildings, whole buildings in like whole pieces and everything like that. They would have to take it loose and move it very carefully. And back in the 1800s, you got to picture this is, you know, not just with your normal equipment you have now. Very hard back then, but they done it. It took them a while. So back in the 1800s, took a few months to do it, but they moved the town from its original spot, which is all out here where I have my camera setting. And so they moved the whole town. 50 feet is all they moved it. So 50 feet away is when all they moved it. And the thing is, they said, okay, well, that should be enough. Well, then you would think that 50 feet, you would think that you're going, okay, my general thing is 50 feet ain't enough. Well, 50 feet is, to them, they thought would be enough and the town would not flood. Well, the thing is, 50 feet was not further enough. So things were still flooding. So in the 1900s, they had to move the town for the second time. And then, so now they moved it for the second time, and that's where it sits to this day. Is way back there. And all over here, behind this reservoir, back there with all those trees in, is where all the main town is. And it kind of goes a little bit over that way. So this is where the town is now to this day. They built this reservoir, made it a little deeper. Oh, guys, look, really fast. There's a train going across the reservoir. There's a train track right beside the reservoir where the road's at. So, which, yes, I have a thing for trains, if anybody does not know that. I love listening to trains. I love trains, period. My favorite is the old steam trains, just in case if anybody wants to know that. So, yeah, hopefully y'all can still hear me through this. So, anyway, to get back to what I was saying. So, in the 1900s, when they moved it for the second time over there where it's at now, over in that direction, then that's where its final spot and is still there to this day. Well, they built, train's loud. So they dug out this reservoir a little more, made it bigger. So that made Snake River, this part of Snake River, made it even wider. And where it's like, almost looks like a lake at this point. But it's not a lake, it's actually a reservoir that's technically in Snake River, because Snake River sets out in the middle of this. So when they dug it out, they built the dam, and allows them to control the water level, and then allows them plenty of water where then people can bring in their boats, go fishing, because it ain't too shallow. Well, then it also allows them better for the farmers, because when they start letting out the water, they're filling up the river, and it's going to a lot of these farmers around, and for their crops, because there's a lot of crops around here. So, hence, it's, not a bad idea, but it just kind of, in the winter, when all this completely gets drained down to just the river, which in the winter, trust me, if you've ever been here in the winter, you'll see, like, just a smaller creek in the middle, like a smaller river, because the river wasn't naturally this wide at this section. So it's kind of cool, kind of little facts around here and stuff like that. There's even a park here in this town that has some old military, like, big guns and stuff like that from back then. And there's some old stuff telling you about a Pacific War that was over, not in this town, it was over in another place, a Pacific War, World War II, and they were just kind of showing some facts and everything like that. Plus, there is some other stuff over there, some facts to do with this town. This town does have a lot of old historical stuff to this town, which is, I love old historical stuff, and so it's kind of cool and amazing. But that's just a little bit of stuff for y'all there. I hope I did not talk too much. I apologize. But so I want to let everybody know where I'm at and everything, like where, show you my campsite and all that kind of stuff, and tell y'all a little bit about, just some facts and a little history about some things. But it's kind of cool. So, and then the bus is parked over there. So I have not got to finish the last little bit, because I just have the front of the bus to finish, because if you see, it's got white on it already, but I gotta finish the front, fully coat it again, and finish the rest of the yellow on the front. And that's what I have left. And then there's some tiny bit of trim on the top on the driver's side that I gotta finish, and that's it. Well, I have not gotten to finish for the past, I would say, 5 days. I have not got to finish working on it yet, but I will. I've been having some problems with my bladder, so unfortunately I'm going to have to wind up going to the hospital over it, which is not good. Hopefully I figure out what's going on, so, which is not fun what I'm dealing with, so, at the moment. So hence why I haven't got to finish it yet, but I will. After I go to the hospital and get myself checked out, figure out what's going on, then I want to try to get the rest of this yellow finished. And then tomorrow I am moving to another spot, which y'all will see what's going on with that on my next video. So I apologize for all the talking if that was too much. Just wanted to tell y'all a little bit of facts and cool things that, because certain history I kind of find fascinating. and older stuff and military, even a lot of World War II stuff. I'm always fascinated about it. It's just I have a thing for it, including big ships. I love ships. So, you know, I have a fascination over certain things that are my, like, hobbies and all kind of stuff like that. So, just want to share some stuff with y'all. So, but I will catch y'all on my next video. I hope that everybody enjoys this video. Please let me know if y'all like this video or if y'all think it was a little too much. But I hope y'all sit back and still watch it and let me know if y'all like the video. Please also like, subscribe, and comment. And I will talk to y'all the next time around. Bye. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And if y'all seen what was in my hand when I waved, it was my leash. Because here's Muffin. Hi, Muffin. Yeah, it's spoiled rotten. And by the way, really fast before I hang up this. So if anybody does not know, tomorrow is my birthday. So, August 1st. That's tomorrow. And it's my birthday tomorrow. I'm turning 28 tomorrow. So, another year older. But I will be turning 28 tomorrow. So I'm kind of excited. So, just want to let everybody know that. Little fact. So, catch y'all later. Bye.